Hey everybody, it's me, it's Lana. I am here, I am live, and I am talking Big Brother premiere tonight. Yes, so Jacob is joining me. He is coming soon. He had a little technical issues, but we're gonna get started because this is too much. We can't wait to talk about what is going down tonight. So the premiere of Big Brother was tonight. Big Brother 23 started. We had the live move in. Four people came in at a time, did a competition. And the competition was putting a slide puzzle in kind of through plexiglass to create this illusion of whatever they gave out. And it was interesting to see the dynamics of how people played this game because some people were like, you could see them giving it their all, putting their gusto behind it, and was like, yes, I'm trying to win this thing. And some were like, I don't want to be the first HOH. I don't want to win the first competition so people can see me as a threat. And it was blatantly obvious to see who was doing that and who wasn't doing that. I don't want to get into too much detail before Jacob gets here, and we'll talk about it with him and what his thoughts are. But it was definitely some. It was definitely some thrown games. I think, in my opinion, I think some people totally threw it and was not into. They were just not into winning. They didn't want to win. They didn't want the first HOH. And it showed. People were putting the same pieces in the same thing, and just looking at the 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 sample far too long, in my opinion. I don't know. It just seemed weird, but it was definitely obvious that some people did not want to win, and so the first group that came in was Frenchie, Xavier, uh, Derek, and Derek Frazier, and oh no, I can't remember. I think it was. See, that's why I should have wrote. Wait, do we? I don't see. But let's see. I think my co-host might be joining me, and see if I see him or no, or are we just gonna hear him because it's a possibility we might just hear Jacob this around because something's going on with the. Oh nope, we see him. I see
Hello,
him.
hello.
Here he is. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. I see you. You're here.
Can you
You
hear
are
me?
here. Yes. Uh,
Perfect.
I can hear you. I can see you.
Perfect. Well, I don't know what was going on.
But it's okay. We're just starting this
Perfect.
podcast, and we just started. I just started talking about how, in my opinion, the first movie and then the competition started, and to me, we could tell who really wanted to win this competition
Right,
and who
right.
really did not.
Let me tell you, I have my thoughts on this. I have two major thoughts.
Hmm.
We would have had different winners had people not thrown that.
Right,
And
definitely.
we know the people who won were not our favorites. That's just point blank period. Like the
No.
people who won were not favorited. But the people who threw it were favorited, and that is showing me that our favorites threw it on purpose.
Hmm.
Aza threw that on
Hmm.
purpose.
Ozza definitely
So
threw it on purpose.
that and
Xavier threw it on
it
purpose.
threw it on purpose. And that is showing me that these people have strategy that's looking farther than just me winning this first competition.
Yes.
And you know what? That's a good sign to me. They might not have won, but there was purpose to what they were doing. And
Yeah. I'm not mad at them for throwing it. I feel like, especially not really knowing what that meant, what each, because they knew it was going to be four winners.
correct.
So they didn't know what that me being one of the four winners. So it's like I would have. I don't know if I would want to necessarily be HOH off the bat, but they
Right.
showed that strategy. They showed that they didn't want to be HOH off the top, and they were perfectly fine with not being HOH. So,
Yeah.
so the first four that came in the house was Frenchie, Xavier, Derek Frazier, and who am I missing? Who am I missing?
Travis. Travis.
Travis. Travis. Oh my
Yeah.
God. That's what I could not get. But Travis was one of the, they were the first four in,
They
and
were.
Frenchie won the first part of the first competition. Then coming in the house second was Whitney, Aza, Brittany, and uh, Alyssa. Alyssa.
Yes.
It was Alyssa. And they came in and they did the same competition, and Whitney won the second competition.
She did.
Okay. Then the third group was Kylan and Christian and Derek X and um um
Brent. Did
Brent.
you say Brent?
Yes, Brent was in that second
Yeah.
group. Yes. See, okay. We'll talk about that later. And so Christian won the third, and then rounding out the last four was um, Claire, Hannah, um, Sarah,
And
and
Tiffany.
Tiffany.
Yep.
And Claire won the last one. Are you still
Mm-hmm.
there? I think you're frozen, but
Oh,
we'll keep
I'm
going
here.
till you come back. And Tiffany and Claire ended up winning the fourth competition in that round.
Hmm.
Yeah, you're frozen, Jacob. So,
I'm here.
you're
I
back.
can
There
hear
you're
and
back.
see
But I
everything.
can't hear. Yeah, yeah, you were frozen for a second for me, but it's
Oh.
fine. You're back. But yeah, and so Claire won the last one. So those are the four. We have Frenchie, Claire, uh,
Whitney and Christian.
Whitney, and Christian. Not, like we said, not our right off the top favorites. Besides Claire, I think Claire is one of my top five,
Yes.
top right off the top favorites. But everybody else was meh for me and meh for a lot of us. So I was like, okay, that's fine. Whatever. They won, they didn't, they win. It is what it is. But for me, I was okay with them winning because
Hmm.
I knew they were going to spread out my favorites amongst the
Right.
teams. So I was like,
Right.
okay, I'm okay. But
But I know what you're gonna say.
let's talk about CBS here and their
Listen,
CBS.
I'm gonna say this. I'm happy that it is a 100% even playing field on all the teams.
Mm-hmm.
We have
Two
two
men, two
men on
women.
each team, we have two
Mm-hmm.
women, we have two people of color on each team, and we have two white people. But the way that
The
they
way
did
they
that,
did that,
oh god,
it was so
they
cringe.
they couldn't have made that more obvious of what they were
More
trying
obvious what they were trying to do. Like CBS,
to do.
listen, yes, we want diversity. Yes, we want equal opportunity for
Mhm.
people of color to win and participate in this game. But please don't make it that obvious. Where it's like
Uh,
we need two black people and two white people on
mm-mm.
on each team to make it even throughout. Because that just shows that you have no faith in the contestants you putting on your show.
That's exactly what happened. 100%.
You have no faith in the contestants, and if you don't have faith in the contestants that you're putting on the show, then why are you putting them on the show?
Right. Right. You're 1000% correct. That is what happened. And
So,
I would love to see who was sitting back there figuring out who was going to be paired with who when they did there was
oh, they
somebody doing
knew,
that.
they knew who
You
they
know
were
what I mean?
doing.
Like
Yeah,
that's how it went. There's
they
somebody sitting there. I didn't love
they
it. I
went
did
in a
not.
meeting. They had their little producers meeting, and they said, "This is what we're going to do. Let's put the two black women together. Let's put the two white women together. We'll put Tiffany I mean, we'll just do that. We'll put them together, and then whoever doesn't, then we'll put the two white people together. Then they don't get picked. Then we'll put the two black people who didn't get picked together, and then we'll put the two white people. It was just
That's why we need diversity in behind the
in
scenes.
the
Not
behind
just,
the
yep.
scenes.
Not just in front, but behind.
We need black people and diverse people of color behind the scenes, because if you had somebody who was behind the scenes, they would have said, "This is not a good idea. That is so cringe,"
It
and
was
it's
so
very
cringy.
obvious, very obvious.
Yeah, it was very painfully obvious what they were trying to do there.
It was very much obvious, but whatever. We digress. We move on.
We digress.
We move on. But so they did a team challenge for whoever's going to be the next HOH. House of Cards was, and the three players had to hold the ropes to keep the House of Cards steady, so the HOH, the captain, can stack it
Would
into a
stack.
triangle and hit the buzzer. You
I
tell me
will
your thoughts on this game.
okay, I will say I'm happy that it incorporated the entire team.
Hmm.
I liked that. That card falling down thing was stupid. I don't know what the hell, that was dumb. That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. It was ridiculous. Um, I don't know. It was hard because I found myself rooting not for the team captains that were competing. I was rooting for who was on their team that I wanted safe.
Yep.
But when Frenchie, won, I was
Hmm.
like, as much as I didn't want him, I am very happy
Ozza,
that Derek F and
Ozza,
Ozza are safe.
yes,
I am so happy about that.
yes,
So it again, everything with this team dynamic, it's gonna come with pros and cons every single time we have a
yeah,
winner. That's
yes.
what it's gonna come down to.
And that's what it's going to come down to. I feel like the team aspect is going to be mm, it's going to be a back and forth thing. Like some weeks you're
Mhm.
going to like it, some weeks you're not. But the way they
Correct.
separated the teams is going to make it be like, you nervous every
Right.
week, because it's like my
Right.
favorite is on this team, my favorite is not on that team, my favorite is on
Mhm.
this safe team, my favorite is not on the not safe team.
And
So,
what happened,
mhm.
I would have loved Claire to be HOH. I was like, Claire, 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 but I was like, then Travis is safe.
Yes,
I don't want
exactly,
that.
exactly.
So
I
I
want
found myself rooting for Frenchie over
jokers.
Claire.
Me too. And that's the only reason. See, okay, let me just say, I love Claire. I do
Yes,
love Claire, and she got stuck with Travis. So I
she
just
did.
feel
Yep.
like, and I feel like if Frenchie wants to do what Frenchie said he was going to do, Travis is not safe this week.
Correct.
And I will be very much happy with Travis not being safe this week. And I need either Brent or Christian to not be safe this week as
Right.
well.
The
And
four men in jeopardy I would feel are Travis, Brent, Christian. And if he's just going after the alpha males, I would have to put Xavier on that list only because that man is a alpha
yes,
male.
but he told Xavier in the closing seconds of the
What did
show,
he say? I didn't hear.
he it was like you can breathe his lips. He was like, "You're safe."
Did he really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, Frenchie, you gonna make me like you? Is that what you're doing? Okay, do that, and I will be on.
Listen, do we have a lot of feed watching to do?
Oh,
Oh my
oh, three
god.
hours. In 3 hours, I will be all about feeds and everything. So just be ready for that.
Mhm. Same here.
Yeah, I just feel like Frenchie is. I feel like if he's going to go for what he says he's going to do, the alpha male,
Those
then
three.
Travis, Christian,
Christian, Brent,
Brent are in trouble. But
and I would love that.
I would love to see that. But also, if he's going to go for somebody on the losing team who I already have not, then that he would go for Christian and maybe a Sarah or maybe an Alyssa, because of the fact that they're not giving nothing. Like Alyssa was boring
She was
today. She was
she
boring
was.
today, but I'm giving the benefit of the doubt because it's first day. We didn't really see much they did in
We got
competition.
no game
You
talk.
got no
That was
game
the
talk or
thing
anything.
that drained this premiere. They should have let them all meet at the same time. I was so upset that they stood up there and got to watch who was throwing the competition.
Hmm.
That was not fair because those four guys in the first group,
Didn't get to see anybody, and we didn't watch them throw. They
right?
didn't watch
No,
them.
nobody watched them throw a competition, but they got to watch everybody else. That's
Right.
again,
Yeah.
not fair. It was
Again,
not fair how that was done.
they really shouldn't have done. They should have did what they did last season and just let them be isolated until
Correct.
the I feel like Big Brother always does one thing right and one thing wrong. Like they'll
Yeah.
do something great, you're like, oh, that's a good idea. Then they'll do something stupid to mess up the good idea, and it's like, oh, don't do that. Like
Mhm.
because now people have to feel like they have to act more if they're trying to throw the competition. They have to look like they're not throwing it when they
Mhm.
really are.
It
So
wasn't fair. It was
it
just like the
wasn't.
guys last season getting the ball
Yeah,
right in the front and the
right.
girls are going all the way to the back.
Exactly. So it's kind of like, ooh, child, y'all really sending me with this, but it's all good.
Well, I
Um,
will say I was right about that door being up there. That
you are.
balcony, there's gonna be a
That
door
is.
right there.
I kind of really like the loft at the
I
top.
love
I'm
it.
so
It's
glad we get to
perfect.
see that. It's
I love
amazing,
it.
and like you could sit out there without really being in down.
Mhm.
I
I
enjoy
love
that a
it.
lot. I love that. And if you're the HOH, you want to go outside, but you don't really want to go all the way downstairs to go outside.
Go right there.
Right through that door. I love that. So I'm happy with that. I love it. I love the loft area. Uh, I'm excited. So Frenchie ends up winning the competition. Frenchie's team, the Jokers. They named the teams after the aces, the Jokers, the Kings, and the Queens. And so Frenchie is the captain of the Jokers. So Frenchie wins, which is going to keep himself, Ozza, Derek F, and Brittany all
Yep.
safe for the week. The losing team were the Kings, which is Christian, Xavier, Alyssa, and Sarah.
Yep.
So they are all have nots. We found out they will be having. This is interesting too that they're starting have nots week one.
Right at the
Usually
bat.
day one they're starting have nots. Like they didn't start have nots, did they? Right out the gate. I thought we
All
got a
Stars
week.
they did
Okay.
because I remember Nicole Anthony because she fell off the thing. The people last year sucked because the people that won that first competition,
Mm-hmm.
they competed for HOH, but if they lost at HOH, they became the have
Have
not.
not. Oh yeah, and then they showed them going into the have not room. I'm
Exactly.
interested
So
in seeing the
this
have
year,
not room this year.
me
So
too. I'm so curious what it's going to
I'm
be themed. It
so
better.
curious.
I'm sick and tired of them getting like really easy have not rooms. I'm hoping that we get something awful that they have to sleep in indoor.
Yeah, like where goes the day when they were sleeping on hard slab thingies, like
I know, like when they were sleeping on ice boxes in a
ice
45
boxes.
degree room.
Right. Where goes that?
Last year they slept on cots. Like they were
Right.
fine. They didn't care. In
Right. It was
BB19, they said the one bedroom was more uncomfortable than the have not room.
right.
Like I'm sick and tired of that. I want some have not rooms that are actually unbearable.
Right. I want some unbearable have not rooms. That'll be great for me. But we'll see what this have not room is. And so they're gonna be have
Hopefully
not.
tonight they'll reveal it on the
Yeah.
feeds, I'm sure.
I think so. I'm pretty sure they'll reveal it on the feeds tonight
Yeah,
because
because
they
they
gotta
have to go
sleep
to sleep.
somewhere. They gotta
So
sleep
we'll see the have
somewhere.
not
We
room
will see
tonight.
it tonight. Um so yeah, so that's the thing. So then they offered Frenchie this double or
Double or
nothing
nothing.
risk.
They hyped that up way more than what it was. Come on.
And any fan, and Frenchie is a super fan, any fan would know you're not taking that big of a risk
No.
night one.
And not even that. There was so much that went into it. Does he really want to win 3 competitions in one
In a
night?
row.
No. No, he does
No.
not. That target's gonna get
Even
bigger and bigger and bigger.
but he still did it and showed he could do it.
I know.
Like
He shouldn't have he should have thrown that.
I would have thrown that so bad. Like,
He should not
oh,
have tried. That
I
was a
would not
stupid
have tried that
decision.
hard because now you like, oh, you're a
He
comp beast.
technically did win 3 competitions.
Technically, he
Like,
did. It's
he
so
should not.
crazy. He should not. But
So, that was upsetting. It just I didn't love I thought it would be something way different. That was not the double or nothing wasn't as big as I thought it would have been.
right, I thought it was going to equal money or something
I did
like
too. I thought he would have doubled the cash prize for everybody if he
right,
would have
won
competed
it.
and won, something like that.
Right. Like
But
even if they would have did it and they said, okay, Frenchie, if you win this, the cash prize will go up to $750,000. He did it, it does it. If he doesn't do it, you're like,
it
you know
rolls to
what?
next week or something, and they
Then
lose
they'll
50
say,
grand or
or
something.
even if they say yes, even if they say, you know what, we're feeling generous, we're still gonna up it to 750,000
Yeah,
because that's
anything.
anything. Like they could have hyped it up like that. They just mm,
I don't know. I didn't love the Double or Nothing twist. It was Julie's out here talking for the past 3 days. It's going to be something you can't. You have to take it. You can't pass it up. And then, of
And he
course,
passed
he
it
didn't
up
take it.
because it
Like,
wasn't the incentive wasn't big enough for him to take it.
no, he
Like
right when she said it, he started shaking his head. No, that's how
he was
you
like,
know it wasn't big enough.
right, because like 2 weeks of safety is cool, but if he failed, then he loses
Yeah,
not for himself but for everybody.
but for, I was
And
hoping. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And if he did decide to do it and try to make a deal with Claire in front of everybody, like, hey, Claire,
Yes.
if I do it and I fail, could my team be
Can we
safe?
be safe?
Then he looks like he's playing so hard from the gate one from the
Hmm.
get go, and folks are like,
Yeah.
"No, he's a player. He's a player."
I was hoping when he said no, at first Julie be like, "Well, what if I offer you and everyone on your team $5,000 to do it if you win?" So, like, I was hoping there would be money involved or some kind of bigger stakes. Like, if you win, I'll throw in $5,000 for you and everyone on your team or something like that.
That would have been perfect.
Because had she done that, he might have taken it.
Yeah. Anytime you get money involved into somebody
Everything changes.
who has a family and who's playing for their
Hmm.
family, yeah, money changes everything.
So they could have made that Double or Nothing way bigger than what it was.
Yeah, I think they dropped the ball on that, but yeah, they
Yeah.
did. So tell me, I want to hear your thoughts on how they did the move in, how they, you know,
Like
everybody coming
overall.
in. Overall, what did you think of?
Well, just like last season, the four competitions got very repetitive.
Mhm.
By the time the fourth one came, I was over it. I didn't. I wanted to see them talk. I wanted to see them meet, and we didn't even get to do that because during the commercial breaks, they'd go up the stairs and get to meet their house guests. We didn't get to see initial reactions
Nope.
for the first time ever. We did not get to see them meet each other,
Right.
so I didn't love that. The pre-recorded diary room sessions were very bizarre and they felt off to me.
Yeah.
Um, what's another thought I had? Oh, those little clips that they got to see in front of everybody of each person, were they told to lie? How did they know to lie?
I
How
think
did
they were.
they were told this is going to be shown to
Yes, I
people?
think they were told
Yeah,
because for the team aspect of it all, they were like, this could
right,
possibly be shown. So this is your strategy. Say what you would like to say in the game for your
right.
strategy.
It just that felt weird to me. Those little clips felt bizarre. I don't know. Um, but hmm, I did enjoy. I don't know if I enjoyed it, but like getting the two people to pick from, I didn't like how they did it again, but it made me feel like if I got picked last, it made me feel better. I would have wanted to be picked last that way instead of in front of everybody. I want you, I want you, I want you, and then you're
Right.
last.
Right.
So I don't know. It was off. That I would give the premiere it was good. It wasn't great. It
Right.
was repetitive, but it had its moments. You know,
Okay, my
I'm just
moment.
ready for an episode,
Yeah,
like a
I feel like I
diary
give this
rooms.
episode like a 7 or 8. Like it was
Yeah,
meh. It was
it was good.
okay.
It
It
was
was
good.
good,
I
but it
just
wasn't bad.
yeah.
My quote of the night was Miss Whitney telling Travis, "You're cute," but that argument was not it. So I'm
I
picking
loved
Brett.
that comment. I loved that comment.
I was like, "Oh," Brittany was like, Whitney was like, "You are not on my team for saying you're a beach
Mm-mm.
bum. That's not a
He was
good
the last
argument."
guy picked. I
Ver-
bet he wasn't expecting that one.
He was not expecting that. I know his
Mm-mm.
ego was like, "What? Me?
Shot.
Bruised?" And
Yeah.
he just. I don't
Uh,
feel like this episode gave as much as I was hoping it to give, but
mm-mm.
I'm hoping I'm I'm more optimistic about live feeds than I am about the premiere
Oh,
night.
me too. How did you feel about the biggest cash prize being 750? Why not a million at that point?
Why not a million at that
750
point?
is just such a weird number to
It,
give a
is-
grand prize to.
I mean, I get it. They just trying to do it up a little bit, but I'm like, you got Survivor on your same network giving
Right.
$1 million and then
Same with
offering
Amazing
$2 million.
Race.
Right. Amazing Race, $1 million. Survivor offered $2 million in their winners at war season. Like,
Come
y'all could
on, it's
offer a
time.
million dollars.
Big Brother is the longest one. You're in there
You're the
for
longest
three
one. You
months.
right. You
Three
can
months.
3 months, 99 days of their life they deserve $1 million.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
that's why I feel like if they were going to do this whole big high risk, it should be a chance where they can offer more money. Like
Yeah, to the
maybe they can
growing
give more money.
jackpot.
The jackpot can grow. It's Monte Carlo. The
That's
theme is casino, so make it a casino. Like the 500,000 is the base, but you can add on to it with
mhm.
each whatever
Yeah, so if
high risk.
someone exactly. Yeah, I agree. That maybe we'll see that happen. I don't know.
Maybe,
You
I
never
don't
know.
know. I hope so because they need to do something. Because, like I said, this was a good premiere. It wasn't the best premiere, but it was a good premiere.
It was good. It had its you know what made me laugh? One of my favorite moments is when Julie told him immediately go to the backyard and that first moving
And
group
the
just stood
first
there.
group stood there and talked and hugged and
I was like,
looked
"Get
at
your
everything.
asses in
I
the
said, "Move
backyard.
the
Let's go."
back!" Like you're wasting time. This is live TV,
I
people.
was like,
Move.
Julie's got a job. We
Right.
got a gig. How did you feel about the competition itself though? The moving the
I
slides in?
I mean, I like it. I think it's different. I've never seen a puzzle that way
Yeah.
before, so I think that's a different way to look at a puzzle. I would have
Mhm.
sucked at it. I would have sucked at it, but because I don't pay that close to details and stuff, so I would
Mhm.
have like seriously sucked at it. But I thought it was a good opening um competition that they can do it quickly, move it, and and the fact that each team had a different
Little
thing, so it
theme,
wasn't
yeah.
the same. I think that's a good thing. So
Yeah.
I wasn't mad at the competition. I actually liked the competition.
Yeah, it
I
wasn't
enjoyed.
unfair to the woman like it was
Right. It
last year.
wasn't everybody was fair. Everybody had the
Yeah.
same opportunity. It was, I don't know if they considered each puzzle harder than the other, but they all looked the same to me.
There was a
And
winner at the end of the day of each one, where
exactly.
last year we got timed out on people.
Yeah. So I feel like that's fine. And also, um, the House of Cards competition, I feel like that was a good competition for a team competition and
Exactly.
to do it, which also just shows me Frenchie is a beast at puzzles.
Yeah. Yep.
They better watch out for that.
They better. I mean,
Yeah.
that's he now has a target on his back, so
To me, he does. And if I was anybody watching, as soon as this team dynamic is up, which is 4 weeks, we've heard it 4 weeks of teams. So once this team dynamic is up, if he ain't going already, he would
yeah.
be my prime target. Be like, because individually, he can beat everybody if he wanted
Right.
to.
Right.
So
Yeah. No, I agree with you. Do you have a favorite team? If you had to pick one team that's your favorite,
see,
because they all got
they
people I
split them
love
up. They split them
and
up
people I
so
don't
much.
love.
So I don't know. A favorite team, I would still go for Claire's team
Yes, I
with
agree. As
with
much as I dislike
just
Travis
like
at this
Travis.
moment, they
Travis is
got
the
three
only
people I
person,
love.
right? Travis is the only person on the team I'm like not a fan of. I
Whereas the
feel
other
so
teams, it's
sorry
like
for Asa.
50-50.
Right, it's 50-50 with everybody else. It's like, mm,
Oh my God, speaking of Ozza, when the team was, while they were still drafting and it was just her, Brittany, and Frenchie, was like, I swear to God, if she gets stuck with somebody like Travis, I'm gonna
just
feel absolutely terrible for her. So when he drafted Derek, I was like, thank God it was Derek
yeah,
Frazier. He really saved
right.
that team for me.
He did because at first I was like, oh no,
I felt
I
so bad.
I felt horrible, but I just feel like, yeah, I feel like Claire's team is my favorite team so far, but I feel like if Travis goes, they'll definitely be my favorite team by
Yeah,
far. By
we'll
far.
see. I'm
We'll
hoping
see.
Travis gets targeted.
I really, I just that's why I need feeds to start so
I
I
know.
know what
I
is
feel like I'm
happening.
missing so much in these three
Right. I feel
hours.
like what is
Whereas
happening
normally we're missing 2 weeks. So like,
2
why am
weeks.
I being
Right.
greedy?
I don't know. They tell us 3 hours without feeds, and we're like, oh, it's not
No, I need
enough.
to know.
I need to know right now. When it's
Which,
like
they're just meeting each other right now. In 3 hours, hopefully some like small talk and let's go talk in the,
in the back,
this room and talk.
this
Exactly.
room. Let's go see this room. Let's
I
go
hope they get
explore the
that
house.
backyard cleaned up really fast.
Oh no,
Maybe we
that's
can
not
get it.
happening today. That's not
Well,
happening
didn't
today.
I think they did last year.
I don't
Night
think
one,
that
we got the backyard.
did we. I
I
don't know.
know I can tell you. I will tell you because I remember posting about it. I got a
If,
screen grab of it
if
last
we
year.
get backyard first night, I mean, but see,
No, I think I'm wrong.
I think because their set is more elaborate this time. I think we won't get the backyard till maybe tomorrow, if
Well, they
not
got to set up PO. No, wild card competition.
wild
We're
card
not getting
competition.
it.
So we're
We're
not
not
getting
getting
it.
it.
No, we're
Well, I
going. They
wonder
gotta
when
spend
they're
more
going to.
time in the house.
I wonder if they're going to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're going to do the wild card. Okay, so nominations will be Friday. Well,
Mm-hmm. I think. Do you think the wild card is going to be before nominations or after
no, because
nominations?
it's going to be. Oh, before.
I think it's going to be before because they have because I think it might be some kind of safety thingy or something where they can't be nominated or I don't know something
So
something.
I'm thinking wild card. They'll do it either tomorrow or Friday because POV is Saturday.
Hmm.
Nominations are Friday. So maybe they'll do wild card in Friday morning and then nominations that evening,
Maybe
and then Saturday POV. I
unless
don't
it's
know how
Saturday
that's all
or
going to work
Sunday. I
out.
don't know what their schedule is. We'll find out once we start how the scheduling is going to
Last
go.
year we didn't get the backyard until 4 days after the
See,
premiere.
I didn't think so. I didn't
You're
think
right.
so. Because it just seemed like it was much too much for them to break that down and then
Yeah,
they
no,
go
no, no. And
put
then
up
they
the
got to
next
rebuild.
competition. Right. So, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
4 days.
So we're not going to get the backyard for a while, probably
No,
till Sunday.
which is fine. I mean, they need to get
Fine.
acquainted with the house anyway.
I'm
So,
I'm hoping that because remember last year because of COVID, they didn't really do big sets for the competitions, which I didn't mind because they don't need to
mhm,
be elaborate, but I love seeing like the fun sets and everything.
mhm.
So I'm hoping we maybe get that back this year, just like the new decorations in the backyard and
I
themes.
mean, well, we see this year that set was pretty elaborate today.
It
So
was, it
I feel
was
like we might be getting back to the elaborate sets, and I feel like they just chose not to do it last year for number one, COVID, and
COVID.
number two,
Yeah,
it was All Stars, so it was like
yeah.
you didn't really
We're
need it.
focusing exactly,
They spent their budget on getting those All Stars back into the house because
exactly.
yeah,
We need it. Well, even though it
none of
kind
them
of
came.
backfired in
Look,
the end.
none of them came in for free. None of them came in for
No.
free.
And then they went out pre-jury. The ones that really didn't come in for free went out a week later.
Pre-jury, right? So yeah. I feel like this is we might get a better set, more sets this time because I think they're going to keep in mind that this is all new players who's here for the Big Brother experience. If they don't give them the Big Brother experience, it's like what did they come
Right.
here for? So
One thought I did have when they moved in, that house looked so much prettier than it did in
in the
those
picture,
clips.
yes, yes, the
It
house
looks
looks
so
prettier.
bright, and the blues just look so like
Well,
pretty, and
TV
it looks
magic,
so much better.
TV magic is amazing
It really
because
is,
the
and I'm
lights
sure it'll
look
look great on the
brighter.
feeds. The
Yeah, it's
feeds will
going
look great.
because they look really bright. I want to
Mhm.
see how they react. I wish we could see how they react to all the bedrooms because
I know. Yeah,
we're
we
not
don't
gonna
get
see that. We're
that
not gonna get that. We're
for
not
the
gonna get
first
that.
time. Well, maybe
Not
Sunday in the episode. I'm sure
maybe
they'll
they'll show them
pick
Sunday.
up.
How,
They
yeah,
will. They'll pick up right away and show everything.
yeah.
I assume. I don't know.
I
There's a
think
lot going on in Sunday's episode. They got to meet each other. We got to hear nomination talk. We got to do the wild card competition. We got to do nominations themselves. Sunday's a big episode.
Sunday's a big episode. I feel like we'll get a lot of that, and we'll get the first initial reactions to people, to the bedrooms, to the house. Everybody was already like, "The house is so much bigger than I thought," and they didn't even see anything but the kitchen and the living room.
Exactly.
So,
And they're going to be not thinking that come a couple weeks. They're like, oh, I got to get out of this house.
right, this house is swallowing me up. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So like I said, I don't know what else we can talk about because I feel like this episode just gave us what it gave us, and
I'm ready to
it's
learn
really
more
about the
about these
feeds.
people. It's all
Yeah,
about that's why the feeds are going to be amazing tonight. I'm ready to because All Stars they knew each other.
yeah,
Now we're watching people meet each other in real time for the
yes,
first time since BBOTT. That was
yes.
the other time they did that. So I'm really excited to see what tonight's going to bring. I'll be up all night. I'll be
Me too.
tweeting.
Me
I can't
too.
wait.
Yes,
So
follow Jacob at Jacob
follow
126. So you see it. Look at it's right there. You see it right there. Yep, right there. You see him. Follow him. He's live tweeting on the feeds. I'm gonna be tweeting probably about the feeds too. So follow me too. Right here, right here, right here. Lady J78. You can follow us. Follow us on go to the Instagram. Jacob's Instagram is
yes,
casual big bro.
I already did a post recapping tonight's episode. So I will be doing them daily on the feeds, hopefully as much as I can. I might go live tonight before the feeds start. Because I
Okay.
know Lana's got somewhere to be here in a few minutes.
Yeah, I got another podcast to jump on too. I'm already late, but it's okay. They know. They know.
Well, thank you
So
all for joining us.
yeah, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you, and we're gonna do some more stuff this week, probably about
Yeah, be on the
feeds and
lookout.
things. Be on the lookout. Just follow us. Be on the lookout. We'll pop up when we're gonna say something, when we're gonna do something, and we're gonna talk more Big Brother because I feel like we're gonna be excited this week.
We are.
The early Big Brothers
No
have
matter what happens right now, we'll be
we're
excited.
always excited. We're always
Maybe
excited
next
now.
week, I don't know.
Let's
Can't promise
see,
next week.
2 3 weeks from now, we won't make promises because Big Brother has a way of ripping our souls out. But
Yeah.
hopefully, this will not be that season. This will not.
Mm-mm. We
We
got
will have
potential, so
we
we'll
have
see.
potential. Fingers crossed. Love, prayer circles, everything. Because,
But we
but
need it.
we do need it. We need all of it. So
Yeah.
thank you all for joining
Thank
us.
you.
This
We'll see you soon.
talking Big Brother with Jacob and Lana. That's what I call the show. It's just Jacob and Lana talking Big
We don't
Brother.
need no fancy title.
We don't know
We don't
fancy
need it.
title because this what we doing is what we are. We talking Big Brother.
That's all it is.
It
It's our
is.
thoughts.
It's our thoughts. It's our opinions. Everything is our opinion. So you like it, you like it. If you don't agree with it, let us know in the comments. You don't agree with it, and guess what? I listen.
We
No,
listen.
we listen. We don't
We
mind.
can agree to disagree. That's
Agree to
fine.
disagree, but yeah.
But yeah, for real. Thank you all for listening to us.
Thank
We
you
do
guys.
appreciate it.
We do. And so until next time, we will see you later.
Bye.
Bye.